Welcome back, everybody, to the show this evening. What a show ahead of us. Let's start with, this is actually good news. Like most good news that I bring to you, it will be very quickly followed up in bad news. But it seems that there's a bleak picture for Republicans in the House developing in the midterms for obvious reasons. Their chief agenda item is terrible. The big, beautiful bill now signed into law. And Trump is even losing commitment among his own base because of his handling of the Epstein situation and foreign policy, etc. And so Trump is panicking. And that's because of this. Trump's own pollster warns GOP is sleepwalking into midterm disaster. And he was shown polling on, I won't give you the specifics now, but essentially it's looking kind of bleak and a good chance for Democrats to take back the House. So what is the solution from Republicans and from Trump? Is it to change their messaging or say, sorry about that whole bill thing, we're going to undo it. We realize maybe ripping away healthcare from millions of people for tax with rich isn't the best thing. No. It's going to be just, can we figure out how to finagle the lines? Can we redraw the congressional lines in states that have Republican control? I'll show you Trump answer a question about this in a second, but Politico reports Trump wants 5-seat pickup from redraw of Texas congressional map. The White House and Department of Justice pushed for the redistricting, and Governor Greg Abbott asked state leaders to do it during a summer special session. And so Texas already has a really gerrymandered congressional map. And if you can imagine it, you have the congressional lines. You would imagine drawing them reasonably geographically and demographically so that the representation actually made sense democratically. What they already have done, but apparently they're going to try to do even more to grab even more Republican seats, is you pack in as many Democratic voters, expected Democratic voters, into smaller numbers of districts. And you draw those lines as funky as possible to achieve that, so that as many quote unquote districts that are now just so dilapidated have Republican majorities. And Trump wants to see Texas pick up through gerrymandering 5 more seats, which would make Texas even less Democratic, less representative. He was asked about it here.
This would be the biggest one, and
so
that'll be fine.
Are you calling in for a complete redrawing of the congressional map ahead of next year?
Just a very simple redrawing. We pick up 5 seats.
And
but we have a couple of other states where we'll pick up seats also.
What's your tariff rate for the EU?
So this is an effort to choose the voters as opposed to letting the voters choose you. Trying to gerrymander so extremely that without changing a single thing about their platform, they can gain congressional seats just by the numbers. Here's Senate candidate Colin Allred.
Hi, I'm Colin Allred. I'm a former voting rights lawyer, and here's what's going on with redistricting in Texas. Redistricting is supposed to happen every decade, but instead the state of Texas has decided to now do a mid-decade redistricting at the urging of the White House. We are gerrymandered in Texas. What does gerrymandering mean? It means dividing up communities, drawing funny lines so that you can get a representation that's not reflective of the state. It also leads to more extreme politicians who are less accountable to you and to me. Our state is already gerrymandered, but this mid-decade redistricting that they're going to do is going to be even worse, and it's going to produce even more extreme representatives who will be less accountable to Texans. It's a terrible idea. We should ban gerrymandering, period, but we also should try and stop this special session that's beginning next week from gerrymandering our state even further. That's what's coming up. That's our next fight.
So the good news is that their agenda is unpopular and they know it and they're panicking over it. The bad news is their solution might make states even less representative. In this same presser, Trump went after AOC and Jasmine Crockett, and he just cannot help himself but compare when he makes IQ attacks, others' IQ to his IQ, which sets up the easiest response, which is, let's look at the test that he's referencing, which we'll do after this.
And tomorrow morning here in Washington, AOC is hosting Goran Mamdani for breakfast.
Adam Schiff, I believe.
Sorry.
I'd love to be. I'd really love to go. I mean, I look forward to meeting them both. I know them both very well through what I read and through what I see. Look, he's a communist. I don't think our country is ready for a communist, but we're going to see. And I don't think that race is over yet either. You do have a couple of people running against, and it'll be an interesting thing. Things are coming out about him which aren't good. And, AOC, look, I think she's very nice, but she's very low IQ. And we really don't need low IQ. Between her and Crockett, we're going to give them both an IQ test to see who comes out best. Now, I took my test. I took a real test at Walter Reed Medical Center, and I aced it. I got every one of all those questions right. Now it's time for them to take a test. Anyway, have a good time.
Anyway, have a good time with that. Before going further, please do remember to click the subscribe button if you appreciate the show. And if ever you're thinking, wait, why isn't Luke talking about this story or that story? Make sure you're checking in on the live show on the live tab on the YouTube homepage. We do a whole hour show in the morning live, but you can watch it at any time. And obviously, you can get the bonus show too, where we'll talk about a lot of interesting stuff today by clicking the join button. So you can play the soundbite of some of what the test...
Person, woman, man, camera, TV.
So that notoriously was a part of the test, was remembering those words. And he said, wow, they said, I've never seen anyone memorize the words like you do. Wow. Jonathan Reiner said, once again, the MOCA is a dementia screening tool, not an IQ test. Identifying a camel is a pretty low bar. The Montreal Cognitive Assessment, MOCA, you can see here there's some shape questions, there's some animal questions. Read the list of words, subject must repeat them, do 2 trials even if first trial is successful, do a recall after 5 minutes. So I guess that's the face velvet church daisy red, or the person won't make every TV. So that's part of it. Attention, read list of digits, subject has to repeat them in the forward order. 21854. Subject has to repeat them in the backward order. Okay, I mean, hey, everyone gets onto them, but some of these questions, you never know. You never know. Like, you know how they say sobriety tests? Whenever you get pulled over by the cop, sometimes they'll make you do the alphabet backwards. Sober me couldn't possibly do that. I'm just going to say, I could not. I don't know if that means I'm low IQ, but I could not. So maybe there's questions like that. Read list of letters. The subject must tap with his hand at each. That's not, I get dementia screening. It's all fine. It's all serious. It's good. I'm just saying for Trump to bring this up for now, 6 years? What are we talking about here? Is embarrassing. All right, let's do this. Ready? FBA. CMNAA. Language, repeat. I only know that John is the one to help today. The cat always hid under the couch when dogs were in the room. Abstraction, similarity between banana, orange, banana minus orange equals fruit. Well, now I'm confused. Oh, like saying banana and fruit. What do those have in common? Fruit! Wow. Never seen anything like that before. Oh, goodness. Share your thoughts in the comments on that one.